Hi guys, I'm playing XCOM on the PS Vita. After it released on, XCOM 2 released on the Switch, I got inspired to play it again on the Vita and check it out. So, if you don't know what the game is about, it's kind of aliens have invaded the Earth, and you're the commander of a group or this kind of army who is trying to battle them back. And the main gameplay is really focused on taking a squad into battles with the alien. Between levels, you're in this in your base basically, and you got some different options on what to do, like researching new weapons, building new facilities that can help you have different access to again new weapons or new technology. You can also upgrade soldiers or give them sort of new abilities, like even design kind of mech suits for them. There's a lot of options in terms of what you can do. It's also a lot of kind of decisions to think about in terms of the game. Now, this version on Vita is actually really good. If you played it on PS3 or PC, it is definitely not on that level. It's there is slowdown. The graphics don't look great. I actually played it just on Vita about a couple of weeks before, sorry, a couple of weeks after playing it on the PS3. So I just happened to get it because I'd heard so many good things about it, played it, and thought it was amazing on the PS3. But then it just happened to come out on the Vita, and so I stopped playing on the PS3 and just went back to playing it on the Vita, which was great. It's a really good game, but obviously noticeably kind of downgraded compared to the console version. It's still very playable, but yeah, it's just there's a lot of problems with it in terms of the graphics. Like I said, very long load times. I did have a few crashes as well, but it's still playable, and I managed to play the whole game through on my Vita. It's very addictive as well. It's just a lot of fun. I'm going to skip this cutscene right now. Um, what you would normally do is you would have like a mission you allocated to you, and it's all sort of procedurally generated. So you take your squad, and each time you play a mission, it'll be different potentially from what you would have done, or even kind of reloading the game. Sometimes you'll have a completely different mission from what you had previously. Now, each time you take your soldier out, what you can see here is the kind of promotion or upgrade tree. So each soldier, after they kind of level up, they rank up, and then you can choose the extra ability for them. So this is kind of pretty early in the game. Um, it's as you can see, it's quite bad load times, even just kind of moving between each soldier. So I'm just clicking quite quickly, but it's going quite slowly. I'm going to launch the mission. I'll keep talking about the game as it's loading. Like I said, the load times aren't great, so it's you guys will get to see what it's actually like. Now, when you're actually in this game, it's a turn-based strategy game, and it's actually brilliant in the way it plays out. But there is an element of chance in terms of what you do. So when you encounter an enemy, you will obviously try and shoot them or something, and you'll have a percentage chance in terms of thinking about where they are, how far away they are, whether they're behind any kind of object or obstacle, whether you're at a higher elevation than them. All these kind of factors play into it. And then when you actually take the shot, you may miss. And which can be very frustrating, but that's just kind of the way the game is. It's same for the enemy though as well. So there are times when they'll shoot and they'll miss. So it kind of works out fairly overall, but it is a little bit of frustrating when you're in the mission, and you really need to sort of hit that enemy before you lose one of your soldiers, and you just accidentally miss. Like I said, there are different options in terms of promoting and upgrading your soldiers, and there are different classes as well, like snipers or like heavy gunners. And so you want to kind of you want to have a balance of the different soldiers for your team. So this is really early on in the game. I just kind of played a couple of levels before starting recording here. And so this is, my soldiers are pretty, not very leveled up at all. And so what you can see here is there's the blue box where you can move. You have essentially 2 turns for each go. If you stay within the blue box, you get your second turn. Alternatively, you could go into your yellow box, which means you're dashing and you're using both your turns. Now, I normally try and stay in the blue box, take it a little bit carefully, try to stay behind different objects. Like you can see where it has that shield symbol, it means that you're defended. So you're going behind something and you're defended. Now, it's looking very dark on this screen, so which is a little strange. Normally on the Vita screen, it does look a bit dark, but actually it feels like even recording it, it's darker than it normally is. I mean, the graphics, like I said, they're not great. You know, it's definitely a big downgrade compared to what's on the PS3, but it's still serviceable. So you can see here that I've triggered some enemies to reveal themselves. So now I'm in a little bit of a dangerous position because I have used 3 of my soldiers' turns, and I've now triggered enemies. And so this soldier here, I'm going to see if I can actually take a shot on the enemies. So you can see here, I've got a 45% chance of hitting them, which is not great. So the other option I have is to turn on Overwatch, which basically means if my soldier sees one of their enemies moving, they will automatically take the shot. So I'm going to turn on Overwatch, and hopefully when one of these guys move, I'll be able to hit them. Now, the enemies, they're aliens, so they've got different types of abilities. Their psionic abilities are especially dangerous, where they can kind of mind control one of your soldiers. So you really need to try and get these enemies killed as quickly as possible. So you can see that I took 3 damage for my soldier, which is quite annoying. So I'll try and go behind this wall, which will give me some defense at least. And this looks like, so you can change between your team members. You don't need to just focus on one team member at a time. So if I look here, so 47% chance of hitting each of the enemies, which is not great. So I'm gonna maybe change to an alternative teammate and see if they've got a better shot. So 45%, and that's the teammate who actually got damaged. So I probably want to back them away just to protect them a little bit so that they don't die.
Moving to Overwatch.
And I'll leave them in Overwatch. So let me see. So this soldier is a sniper, so they've got a 55% chance of hitting. And they've also got, so each one has different abilities. So right now they've all got a frag grenade that they can use to hit the enemies, which does a nice area damage. And then they've also got, so this sniper has got extra damage done if it hits a headshot with 55% critical. There are so many different types of abilities to unlock for different soldiers. Okay, that's great. So I managed to actually kill that guy, which I killed the other one as well. Perfect.
Good to go.
So in this mission, I need to find 2 melds, which are like these alien artifacts.
Good to go.
I can't remember exactly what it was, but I think they give energy or something like that. So I'm going to try and play a little bit more cautiously. So you take your turn, you move your 4 soldiers, or you attack enemies or whatnot, and then the enemy gets to move. So you saw that kind of yellow light. That's an indication that that's where the enemies are. So that's kind of where I need to go as well. So looking around, I still can't see anything because that area of the map isn't revealed yet. So I need to kind of make my way over there.
Double time.
On the PS3 version, if you play it, there's a lot more effects as well. Like when a soldier kind of jumps through a door or window, there's a lot more that it shows. But here it's
Running.
all the kind of effects and graphics are just downgraded a little bit. So a lot of the game is very tactical. You really have to sort of think about your moves, what you're doing. Try not to rush into any battles. Try and plan out what you're going to do, and really kind of keep the team together so that they're not exposed. So you haven't got kind of one person who's kind of on their own, potentially kind of going to get killed by the enemy. And also you want to obviously kind of keep behind some kind of barriers or something just to keep yourself defended.
Aye, aye.
You can switch around the map as well, so you've got different views and different angles. So right now I'm not seeing any enemies yet, but I know they came from this direction. So I'll kind of send this guy out just
Enemy
to
in
hopefully
sight.
open more of the map. Oh, and there we go. So this guy is my sniper, so okay, he can't hit anybody. Now, when your sniper moves, you can only you can only use his sniper rifle on the first turn right now because he's very sort of low level. But later on, you can unlock better abilities and better upgrades so that you can actually use his sniper rifle whenever you want. Sniper rifle.
Position confirmed.
So there's no targets available here. So actually, what I'm going to do is just reload to make sure I've got enough bullets in my sniper rifle as they come closer. Like I said, this is a really brilliant game. I know I'm only showing you kind of one of the early levels, which doesn't really do the game justice, especially in terms of the tactics and all the sort of things you need to be thinking about in the game. For example, you know, so I can't shoot anybody with that. So between levels, as I mentioned, you need to plan out what you're going to be doing with all your resources, and there's a lot of choice. So when you're thinking about building different items, or you do different research, which can open up new upgrades for your soldiers, there are so many things you need to be thinking about. And you can't do everything. You can't do every upgrade. There are different missions that'll come up, and you can't save every city. And so you may be thinking, okay, I'm gonna attack. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna like do the mission in the USA because they give more money generally. So I, want to protect them. But then if you chose one of the missions in Germany, for example, then you may have access to like better engineers or something, or more engineers. So it's all, and you need engineers for upgrades. So you constantly need to sort of balance all the different things, all the different objectives, and really try and think about what you need to do. So you can see here I've located one of the melds, but I've only got 4 turns to actually get to it. It seems like from the top right corner you can see that I've lost one meld, and so now I've only got one left that I really kind of need to get to before it's gone. And that's really the objective of this mission, so I got to try and make it. So I'm going to try and throw a grenade at this guy, but it looks like he's out of my range, so I'm going to go into Overwatch, and hopefully I'll be able to hit him when he tries to move. This is one of those games where no two playthroughs are the same, because you're always making those decisions between levels in terms of what to do, what missions to take, what research to do. It really is completely different from, your playthrough will be completely different from my playthrough. So I'm going to see if I can get closer to the actual meld. My worry is sending one guy on their own and
Location
kind of
confirmed.
opening them up to potential attack. Oh, and you can see he
I'm
slowed
under
down,
fire!
which means one of the enemies was in Overwatch and tries to hit him. Annoyingly though, I can't see those enemies, so they're hidden somewhere, and I need to try and find a way to kind of get them out so I
Heading
can
there
or
now.
kind of locate them, so I can actually start shooting them. So yeah, there's no targets available, so I'll go into Overwatch and hopefully I'll be able to actually hit them when they try and move.
Roger that.
So I mentioned there's a lot of different options in terms of upgrading your soldiers. There's some really cool things you can do in terms of like unlocking mech suits or kind of psionic abilities. There's so much, so many options that are available. Now I could run straight to the meld, but I feel like I'll be opening myself up to
Already
a
there.
lot of potential danger. So I'm going to take it leave one more go, and then go for it.
It's raining
So you
death
can see
over
that
here.
enemy is still trying to hit me, but I'm going to see if I can get to the meld
Heading there
and
now.
deal with that. So here we go. So
Got
I'll
it.
collect what I need. And now I think I need to try and exit the level.
That's affirmative.
And what I'll do is try and play a little cautiously and go behind a barrier. But there's still that enemy who I need to get to,
Will
so I'm
do.
gonna try and move towards him and try and locate him. So there we go, I've managed to find him. And I'm 67% chance of hitting him, so I'm gonna give it a go. Nice, I got him.
Got him.
So now, it hasn't mentioned what my next objective is.
Will do.
I would have thought I need to try and kind of locate the exit for the level,
Got it
but
covered.
I'll just hang tight and
Got it
go into
covered.
Overwatch for all my characters just to see what it says. So maybe I need to kind of continue progressing in this direction. I'm guessing anyway. This is a
Running.
really long game as well. I think just one playthrough would probably take you about 15 hours or so, maybe a bit longer. There is a lot of trial and error, and so I tended to save often, and I did
Double
admittedly
time.
restart levels quite a lot when I did badly. So if I lost one of my soldiers, when I kind of like best soldiers or top level soldiers, I would often just restart the level because just these guys, they almost become so important to you in the
Let's do
game
this.
that you just can't kind of manage losing them.
Stepping off.
So guys, that's kind of a look at XCOM and my thoughts on the game. Like I said, you are playing probably the worst version if you get it on Vita, but it is still playable. It's a great
Let's
game.
do this.
There's so much to do, so much to think about. It's really addictive as well, just playing through it. So I hope that was helpful, and thanks a lot for joining the video. Thanks for watching the video. I don't normally do videos like this. I normally have kind of a pre-recorded script when I do it, but I thought let's just give it a go and just talk about this game because I like it so much. But thank you for joining, and hopefully you'll manage to make it to the next video. Thanks for watching.